It was not until the woman called the police that her mother-in-law's family, who had caused a scene at her home, started to fear. The mother-in-law immediately asked the woman's father to persuade her to cancel the police report. After all, they were supposed to be one family. Besides, making it public would disgrace everyone. However, the woman's father said angrily that they were no longer family since they had insulted and beaten his daughter. What's more, the mother-in-law's family had come to blackmail and extort them shamelessly, with no dignity at all. They had no choice but to call the police. The mother-in-law panicked immediately after hearing this. She had to negotiate with the woman, saying they wanted 4 million yuan out of the 8 million yuan she got from selling her house. Otherwise, she would kill herself right there. But the woman said indifferently that she could do it right now. Once the police arrived, she would not be blamed. The mother-in-law was speechless. Seeing this, the brother-in-law suggested both sides back down. He said they would take 2 million yuan. If they got the money, they would never come again. However, the woman and her family refused to talk further. They said everything would be settled when the police came. The brother-in-law grew even more nervous. He threatened the woman that the scandal would also ruin her reputation. He now only wanted 1 million yuan. If she paid, he would make his brother agree to divorce her immediately. The two families would cut off all ties from then on. The husband flew into a rage upon hearing this. He could not believe his brother ignored his happiness just for money. But the brother-in-law said shamelessly that the woman was determined to divorce him anyway. It was better to take some money, or the whole family would end up homeless. The weak husband was totally speechless. Still, the woman paid no attention to them. In a panic, the brother-in-law lowered the amount to 500,000 yuan. Just then, the police arrived at the house. The mother-in-law's family was terrified and tried to leave, but the police stopped them for questioning. The brother-in-law quickly explained that they were the woman's family. They had only come to visit. It was all a misunderstanding. However, the woman showed proof that she had sold her own house. She also provided video evidence that the family had come to threaten and blackmail her for the money. The brother-in-law still tried to deny it, but the woman added that his crimes were the most serious. She had already submitted the injury report from when he beat her to the court. The mother-in-law's family broke down completely. The mother-in-law pretended to be wronged and asked if the woman really wanted to drive them to death. The woman asked back if they had ever thought of driving her to death. The sister-in-law quickly defended herself, saying it was all the mother-in-law and brother-in-law's idea. She had nothing to do with it. But the police warned her that they would find out at the station. The mother-in-law still tried to cry for sympathy, but the husband told her that making a scene would only make things worse. Finally, the whole family, devastated, agreed to go with the police. The husband thought this might earn his wife's forgiveness, but his wife reminded him that even if he went to prison, the court would still grant their divorce. Hearing this, the whole family fell into total despair.